What's the latest on the redistricting front, Sergio?
Well, first and foremost, I just want to say that, we're all united in the effort against the redistricting, especially at this point in time and what we're looking at in the special session. Where we're at is we're in the last couple of days of the first special session. As we know, there hasn't been a quorum the last several times that we've met. And if there's no quorum by the end of this week, they've indicated to us that the first special session will end and they'll immediately begin a second one.
Sure. And irrespective of how the map looks, your criticism is the way they've gone about this is something that normally happens once a decade. It's been done in the middle of the decade. There's no new census figures to base it on. In principle, it's wrong.
Yeah, and it's basically just done on performance of the administration. That's basically how the map is configured. Is how did this candidate do in this area, and that's how the configuration is based. We had redistricting a little bit over 4 or 5 years ago. We normally do it every decade after the census numbers and so forth. But also on a policy level, I mean, if we're going to be in Austin in terms of priorities, this was something that was done way before flood relief or any other legislation. And the argument and disagreement has also been that if our priority is the flood victims and any other resources that we need, let's get that out of the way first.
That never happened.
No, they just introduced a bill regarding flood relief last week, midway through the second special session. Obviously, those that are in charge can decide and dictate what the agenda is, but that was also one of the disagreements and arguments that people had.
Have you had a chance to look in depth at the map, and what does it do for the South Texas region?
Well, it changes pretty much all three of the congressional districts that touch the Rio Grande Valley. We have Congressional District 28, which is out of the Rado-Webb County area that now will come in and get the pretty much western part of Hidalgo County. Currently, Congressional District 34, which gets the eastern part of the county, a little bit of the eastern part of the county, and goes into Cameron now, is you totally remove Hidalgo County, so it'll just be Cameron County going north to Nueces, and then the district in between obviously picks up that area. But in our discussions and in really looking and people, they're not in agreement that this should be the priority of the state at this time. We all understand politics and we know how it works, but at the same time, there's other things that we need to put in front of the line.
And just to be clear, you're one of the Valley reps that stayed here. You've gone to Austin, you've been at the Capitol, you've been working there, but you were telling me that you have no disagreement with those that have left the state in terms of what you think of this bill and the whole process.
No, I mean, definitely we're united in the effort against, and we're not in agreement that the redistricting be done. And for those that are working to see if there is a potential negotiation, also making sure that the attendance is done in person. You also have to be present to request that as well. So it's an ongoing team effort, the way I see it. People are contributing in their own way, but at the end, staying unified against this being done.
Is it fair to say that at the end of the day, the Republicans will get their wish because they're in the majority? At some point, all the Democrats have to come home, and they will push it through at some point.
Well, there's different developments that have occurred, and you look at legal counsel, people that are experts in this field, and there's a difference of opinion. Some say that the sooner the map goes to the courts in early September, the better it would be in terms of maybe being able to litigate those issues. This past week, we saw that in El Paso, the current redistricting fight that is happening over there, the litigation, that the court, sua sponte on its own motion, postponed it for a longer period of time because they're not only looking at how the redistricting is going to play out, but also another case that's before the Supreme Court regarding the apportionment and the redistricting of maps. And there's still other matters that are before the Supreme Court that deal with this. So I think there's different angles and different ways to look at it. Obviously, you are always hopeful that maybe you could work across the aisle. You could be able to negotiate. I think you can never eliminate that. I mean, especially when you always want to try everything and do it in good faith. However, the reality is that at some point in time, it's either going to change or it's not, or can we make changes? And if so, what are they going to be?
Sergio, thank you for bringing us up to date on this important topic. Have I missed anything out? Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just, I'm encouraged and also moved by people that have been engaged on this subject, not only on a state level, but on a national level. And it really is important because it's it's going to impact all of us on a local level, on a state level, on a federal level. And we need to stay informed and engaged. And even though maybe people disagree, but at the end, we have to work to what's better for our region.
Thank you so much for today's interview.
Thank you.